Click the links, Joe channel here over at SubScribe now over at Odyssey. So Sweet Baby is a Bolshevik narrative company. Sweet Baby is a Think Soros type of company, a branch of the Bolshevik propaganda. They're the Anita Sarkeesian, Zoe Quinn type of grift, and those ladies came to the forefront 10 years ago, and one of them, Sarkeesian, had Feminist Frequency, which recently just closed its doors because they turned off like comments and likes. So it was just the left is really into having a monologue and preaching to you and not having a dialogue. That open marketplace concept, that absolutely terrifies them, for the simple reason that they have bad ideas that can't be defended. I always say if the right has free speech, we win. And thankfully on these alt platforms, we're starting to get some of that. So these idiots are the useful idiots of the puppet masters, and they take games and they give them monkeypox and AIDS with their woke dick. They're the anti-white crew that makes the OP, overpowered Mary Sue characters and the evil blonde gangster terrorist every single time. It's going to be some Aryan Chad Ubermensch blonde-eyed man. It's like, hey, the movie with the South African diamond smuggling cartel. Let me guess, the bad guys are blonde-haired, blue-eyed. Yeah, that's right. There's some De Beers take off or something. Or hey, the name the movie with the South African smuggling cartel blonde guys, or the Russian blonde gangster guys. I think that was a John Wick movie. The other one was, I think, Die Hard was like the second movie was the Russians. I think the first one was, wait for it, guys, get ready, blonde German terrorists. Are you fucking kidding me? Holy shit. So I don't know when that was, the 80s or something. So it's blonde German Austrians probably, am I right? Yeah. They're doing stuff with the building. It's like, oh, what happened 10 years later? The blonde German terrorists? No, they weren't actually blonde. Weird. It's, once you start noticing Hollywood, holy cow, you put on those They Live glasses, you're like, wait, they don't come off. Nope, it's a one-way journey down the rabbit hole. Anyway, Aryan Chad blue-eyed man is rad. We are the solution, not the problem to anything. So I was shocked to get on Twitter to see how many people are catching on to this whole BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, what's going on behind the scenes, the puppet masters, the war pigs moving pawns around on the chessboard. And like, what did Ice Cube say? All we have to do is stand up. And wondering why these globalists have so much power, and why we simply just don't take it away from them. And instead of having NGOs have centralized power, have the countries themselves seize their assets and take control of these things. This is a very long article. So why are these banker NGOs this powerful? Sweet Baby Incorporated staff throws tantrum after Steam curator list created to track and warn players against their woke SJW cancerous work. That harsh disinfecting sunlight, you don't seem to be on board with it. Why don't we just seize these powerful NGOs' assets and trebuchet? I guess I'll skip that part. Well, why don't we return to nationalism? What a lovely concept. After legal due process, or like whatever. First of all, I mean, if you win, it's legal, right? That's history as written by the victor. First of all, it's time to stop accepting their rules. When they say that they're in the inclusive, diverse, feminist, whatever company, just reject it. Say it's all cancer, which it definitely is. Those are not what you value in games or in the world, because that's all globalist propaganda from lizard people. It's time to stop beating around the bush. Woke, diverse, girl power stuff are their values, not ours. We don't want to see trans, gay, furry, pox, wox representation at all. And, they keep saying the left wing is like the worst people, worst supporters of their own propaganda, where they make the movies. Look in the past 10 years, look at the movies that have come out. The last one was Madam Web. I still haven't seen that one. I don't know if I even want to. The one before that, which lost money. The one before that was, though it was low budget, so it might actually break even over a long enough time. One before that was the Brie Larson movie, Captain Marvel Part 2. Lost money, and I mean, you've got a whole string of like Charlie's Angels, the last X-Men movie. It should be called the X-Women. The Terminator Girl Power edition. Before that, Ghostbusters 2016. Then you got stuff like the race swapping with Pirates, not Pirates of the Caribbean. Peter Pan with it was like, gee, we took an English story and took the English out of the story. Or The Little Mermaid was, I think, Scandinavian, who was Hans Christian Andersen wrote it or something. Like, yeah, we're gonna take the story and we're gonna replace the European actors and characters in the story that was based on, European mythology, envisioned with a fair red-haired girl. We're gonna replace her with someone who doesn't fit the bill. Why? Because we're fucking lizard people. That's what they do. Where's I going with this? The thing is, it's like, oh, my point was like the left wing. So you look at this left wing stuff, and actually the movies in just the past 3 years have been a great example, because those Madam Web and the Marvels, girl power, diverse, which is all cancer. You just got to get used to saying that. And then you look at the left wing and go, so you guys didn't see those movies. Why? You didn't see that movie because chicks aren't into action adventure. They're into romance. They're into beautiful people doing beautiful things type of stuff, or family relationships. As they get a little bit older, they get into different things as they start their own family, Lifetime stuff, Hallmark type of stuff. But what movie did make $1.5 billion? Barbie, with Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie. These two like platinum haired Aryan central casting stereotypes, just blonde, beautiful people doing whatever it was the plot of the movie was. I mean, there's a lot of feminism beneath the surface, but it was mainly these two blonde, beautiful characters doing their thing. It's like, so that made like a $1.5 billion, and these other girl power movies didn't. So why aren't you guys supporting that? It's like, they don't have an answer to that. They don't have an answer because because we just want to see beautiful white people do beautiful white stuff. Yeah, so why don't you, I mean, that's what you're thinking, but you're not saying it. It's like, why don't you just be honest? It's okay to have in-group preferences. No, my globalist professors and media and my herd group told me not to. It's like, but every other group has it except for you guys. It's only white liberals that have out-group preferences. Every other group, including white conservatives and all the other colors and religions and races or whatever, they all have in-group preferences. It's only white liberals who are so brainwashed. It's bizarre. It's a study in itself. We'll do this study after the after the fall of civilization, the next civil war in World War III, which is kind of right around the corner. Anyway, just keep calling it cancerous propaganda. The thing is, they open the door to this line of argument. The concept of advocacy for your tribe, whether it's Black, Latin, Asian, whatever representations. Great. We're European. That's our tribe. It's our values. We want whiter games. Imagine Jared Taylor narrating your life. Maybe all things don't have to be for all people. And we don't want. We're not into this. I don't believe in this concept. I think this is all just globalist nonsense. I don't even want to engage with it. Your pronouns are based on your sex. There's only two genders because there's only two sexes. It's derived from sex. You're not the other opposite sex. You can dress as you wish. It doesn't change reality. Oh, no. We got the dictionary to change definitions. So because of these, it's not even words printed on a page. It's, digital ink. Because of this, that's our appeal to authority. But it's still nonsense. It doesn't matter if it's on the interwebs. It's all nonsense. You are what you are. Can't you see that this is some great big globalist psyop? No. That's a conspiracy theory. That's the conspiracy theory. Not us taking cross-sex hormones, puberty blockers, and sterilizing our children. That's perfectly valid and reasonable. No, that's just crazy talk. That's something crazy people in a crazy cult say. Don't have elective surgery to sterilize yourself. Nazi says what? That's what they really believe. This Hugo Boss over here doesn't want me to take hormones. Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's exactly what a Hugo Boss would tell you. People are nuts. All things don't have to be for all people, though. This diversity stuff is clearly not working out because they seem to just be anti-white. Why would we want to see that at all? These games and movies are globalist propaganda to get you to see this. This is actually what the chick looks like. This is a self-insert. It's all just globalist propaganda to. Is this guy? The really good example of this actually is the Rings of Power, the Lord of Rings Amazon show, which is all. It's like. Where are this is based on Tolkien's World War I experience, I think, based on a small English village, the Hobbit village. Where the Afro Hobbits come from? And then it's funny because that's a precursor story. So where are they in the later stories? We don't talk about the Afro Hobbit genocide. The thing is, all things don't have to be for all people. This diversity stuff is really, I can't say the G slur, or the R slur, or all the other slurs I need to see. because these people just seem to be they just seem to be racist against European people, and they get really triggered when you say that. Like you just anti-white racist, aren't you? And they want to, like, they start spinning in circles, because then if they say, what, no, it doesn't exist, you go, well, you're just degrading and dehumanizing the European people. And the other side of that is, like, if you're willing to erase an entire people with your anti-white hatred, we don't want to have anything to do with you. You've just declared yourself the enemy. We don't want to. There's no moving goalpost after that. You're the enemy. We don't want to have anything to do with you. Which is where we are now. The thing is, why would we want to see this kind of crap at all? If they go, diversity and representation is really important, it's like, great, we're European. I just want to see just European people represented on screen. There's not even to see, like, don't even cuck and go, oh, it's diversity done right. You know, and realistically, like, if you had me do it, I could write this stuff well, because you'd have to treat people fairly and equally. You can't make the Scandinavian-looking people the bad guys in every single story. But they can't do that. If they have blonde hair and black hair on a video game, a screen, a comic, whatever, then they've just told you who the protagonists and antagonists are with a 99% correlation. It's that on the nose. They just can't do it, because if they make a Pox character the antagonist, then people get on Twitter and just lose their freaking mind over them. Anyway, that's the point, is, so just stop it. Stop with diversity. Just make Euro-based games for European people, Pox games for the various Pox people, or it's a video game. Can't you just have, like, color settings and like racial morphology settings to have, like, people want to prefer to see their own people, or make the good guys and the bad guys whoever they are? And you go, well, it's a video game. Of course you could do that. The technology for that is there. In fact, the technology for that is probably there even for movies now, or it's going to be very, very, very shortly, where you could fine-tune movies. Where if you're selling a movie to China, you could just make the characters Chinese. You sell it to Europe, you can make all the characters European, or make the good guys the bad guys, whoever you want. I mean, there's a lot you can do with AI and CGI and tech, and which just horrifies these people, because no, it's why the left can't meme. I know I hit on that all the time. They can't have a short amount of information and allow the viewer to draw their conclusion with the facts presented, because, oh no, the viewer will reach the wrong conclusion. You mean their independent conclusion, but they won't reach your conclusion. Was blonde man bad? That's why the left can't meme. They have bad ideas. The open marketplace of ideas, the harsh disinfecting sunlight, they have bad ideas that cannot be defended. That's why the left can't do a lot of things. And if the right has free speech, we win. She just goes on and on. I mean, this is on Bounty in the Comics. You can check it out. The thing is, these games and movies are globalist propaganda to get you to accept that concept of globalism. But we don't. We're nationalists, patriarchal, tribalists, Christians or pagans or ethno-pagans or ethno-nationalists or whatever. We're all the things that they're against. I mean, they tell you what they're afraid of. And they're hypocrites, because they are all these things too. They have all this in-group preference. You go, great. I love that you guys have your own safe spaces for your own people. We're going to do the same. And it's the needle scratch on the record movement, where they lose their minds and go, wait, you want to have just, like, your own places for your people? Yeah. We saw what you're doing with this, these black affinity and these POC affinity groups. We're doing the same thing, but it's going to just be European people. It's like, but you can't exclude us, but you're excluding us. It's a great idea. We're going to run with it. And I mean, that's where we are now. It's like, it didn't have to go in this direction, but it's going in this direction. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Anyway, just make different versions of games for different tribes. You're going to make all the antagonists a certain group, aren't you? Yes, I would, but it's like, I'm just going to reverse what's being done now. I mean, I don't play games or watch movies anymore, because there's no saving this kind of cancer. Anyway, join the SubScribe. You can join the Odyssey memberships. There's some unfiltered videos out there. I'm going to cover the Gab thing tonight. I think there's a big conspiracy theory with Gab and Elon Musk and some other stuff going on. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next episode.